Alright guys, what's up? We're back with the Khaos 146 850 and we're gonna do another second addition to the first build video. I just have a few more companies that I'm working with that I'd really like to get their parts on, and I don't want to do it off camera because I feel like these are some really good parts that should definitely be noted. And I'm just gonna get right into it. Start out here with TKI. They have a package called the Super Combo Pack, I believe it is. Comes with, it's all billet. I went with blue to kind of match my designs here. Comes with a smaller brake lever, billet throttle block, and brake cover, or brake reservoir cover. As you can see, I did get some lower bars on. Everyone's talking about the lower bars. Everyone's around the lower bars, so I'm gonna try this out. This is a 2.2 or something riser with a 1-inch bend, or rise on the bars. So it's about 3-inch rise versus I had mid bars on before, whatever they always are, 5 or 6. But I think it's gonna get me up over the front of the sled more, which people are saying is best, especially, I don't know if it's just this chassis or kind of a new thing that people are riding, new kind of style or what, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting into it and whatever I can do to progress my riding more. So yeah, here's what we're looking at. Nice shorty lever, which would be perfect because, you know, only typically trying to learn to better one finger it or maybe two, you know, but always keep one finger on. That cover will keep you from breaking stuff. If you roll a sled over, you know, on the side of the mountain or whatever, keep your plastic cover in good shape. And then this throttle block, actually, I don't know if you guys have ever had it happen, but on the Polaris, the throttle can stick. For whatever reason, I actually had it happen not too long ago. And I just noticed I need to cut this lip off the grip here because I can't go wide open. But anyways, I had that happen the other day and the throttle kind of stuck. So it'll be sweet to get that on. So far on the bottom of these pins, there's like a little kind of retainer. You squeeze that in and push up at the same time. You can kind of see the retainer there. There we go, there's the brake. Parking brake. That spring came out of there, don't lose that. For the assembly of this parking brake with the spring, what you're gonna wanna do, it'll focus there. Spring goes in there, and there, and then drop the pin through. The retainer catches. Like butter. Comes with longer screws, so let's take those screws out. Pop that on there by the looks of it. Or no, let's see, we got it backwards here. Like that. And then these ones are Phillips, which is actually probably a good idea because if you're out in the mountain or whatever and for some reason you need brake fluid, I feel like it's easier to come by a Phillips than it is like a T20 or any Torch, probably, you know, have it on a Leatherman or something. The throttle block, I'm gonna go ahead and take the stock one apart. 4 Phillips here, you got an Allen on the underside, and then C-clip on here, and pull that pin out and just pull the whole thing apart. So yeah, take your stock assembly off, and I don't want to bore you to death with that little C-clip right there, but replace that. Now it's gonna be a Allen head here. Go ahead and take all these out. So what I've got going on here is I put the cable through the new piece, got the throttle back on, and actually put the pin through the throttle because on this TKI, that's where it goes right there. All right, so now I have the throttle block on and it's all just kind of sitting here. And this is your throttle safety sensor, TSS sensor, or TSS. And that actually sits in that groove like that. All right, I got this selected kind of where I like it. Got my throttle safety switch in there. And there is a measurement on that gap right there, but it's about a debit card or credit card, you know, just a business card, anything like that. It's about that width, and the adjustment, if you need to adjust it, is right here under this rubber boot. You get the gist, but yeah, I tidied up all my wires here. Pop this little cap back on. That's about it for the throttle block. For the next couple parts, I would work with Pind Performance, P-I-N-D Performance, and they hooked me up with a couple sweet parts here. You get a shock rod here, a nice billet shock rod. Get it up close here. Look at that. Comes in different colors here, and this actually gets replaced right here. You can see here's the original shock rod. Doesn't look very strong. Bolts there, bolts there. It's kind of angle on the end. That angle goes down there. Boom, like that. But other than just looks, you know, because everyone wants their sled to look badass, right? But these are actually gonna strengthen up your suspension a little bit. Those stock shock rods are actually, they're actually kind of chintzy and they tend to bend. And even if you bend the shock rod here, you may not notice it, but your suspension will be sagging and it'll be all around not good because your suspension won't be performing as it should be. So I'm really excited for that. That'll be super nice there. And then these original foot stirrups here, you know, they just get screwed right in there and from the back side, and you can, I don't know, the design on these are kind of bad. You can get your foot stuck in there, and they're not that solid because it's just, if the threads rip out, these are gonna rip right out of here. But they have their own foot stirrups here. A little bit different angle here until. Then it's gonna be an 8mm on the back side of here. And same right there. Now to put the new pin ones on, bolts are gonna go in that orientation, 5mm Allen, 10mm nut. Allen through there. Lock nut on the back side. Use that. Looks much better. Now for the shock rod, 1/2-inch bolts, top and bottom here. And go ahead and take all the load off your sled. Like my sled's just, it's hanging off the ground right now. Now take the new pin performance and put these bushings in it here. They just slide right out of the OEM and bolt it in the same orientation on the sled. Put the upper bolt in, and this is the rounded kind of kicked part. You can actually, I'm just using my knee, but I can lift it like that up and down to get it right where we need it. Get the bolt in. The next thing we're going to be putting in is the Kurt's Polaris Custom Gear Down Kit. Got the gears, comes with 2 belts, which is nice, and these are cheaper than OEM belts, which is super plus. It's going right out west, so I got high elevation clutching. That's for the high elevation. And I got low elevation stuff here too. Primary spring, and these are super convenient. So I already took stock ones off, just the 2 bolts, slide them off. These thread into there, so then I think you're supposed to be able to slide them both on, you know, it's kind of tapered. All right, so what we had to do was,
we had to take all the other old stuff off, and we had to
put that
install this. And the bottom one, we had to end up installing the gear first, and then installing the cone, and then sliding the gear out a little bit.
So it's sitting on like
so it's sitting on the cone, and then what we should be able to do is should be able to take this gear, and we should be able to slide them both on together.
So now they're both on the cones.
On the cones right now, yes. And then we just got to get them lined up, the top and bottom one.
It's a lot easier than the stock setup, because stock you don't have any cones or anything like that. I had to change the stock belt, and I fought with it for a long time.
Might have to finesse it a little bit to get it to go.
Yeah, it's definitely not easiest thing ever. You can, if you get it lined up to push it in, you can get a 1-inch or bigger socket and a rubber mallet and kind of tap them on there. But once you get the splines lined up, they kind of go all right.
Yeah. So we'll have to tap this top one in.
You got it started, but it's just so tight.
Started, but it's just tight. The bottom one's almost all the way on.
Yep.
Or you can take this cone off now.
And this bolt included with the kit, put that lock washer on there that's included, then the factory washer. And that'll go on the bottom. Make sure on your top gear that this lip is on the outside there.
Loctite on here.
Yep, blue Loctite on both. And make sure this lip is on the outside so the belt can't slide off.
And make sure that the letters are readable from
yeah, if you're looking at it like this, it's readable. Now take the cones off and you're gonna put both the bolts back in. Use your factory bolt on the top and put 4 drops of blue Loctite on them. Be a 12 millimeter bolt on the bottom and 15 on top with the blue Loctite. Get them to 40 foot-pounds.
Hold on.
Now we're gonna put the Kurtz Polaris helix in there. Got that all in. Just like that. Some blue Loctite. Thread locker on your bolts. Line them up. It's kind of a pain to line them up, so be careful, don't strip them out. So we got the gear down kit and the secondary clutch dialed in. Now we're gonna do the primary. We're putting in 66 gram weights because he wants to see about 84 to 8,500 RPMs. And then we're putting the yellow spring that he sent me with the kit too.